You're in line at your favorite coffee shop, waiting for your usual morning pick-me-up. When you reach the register, the barista smiles and says, "The person ahead already paid for you." You look around, but they've disappeared. It's such a small thing, but in that moment, you feel seen, connected. Even though you don't know who they are, it's moments like these that show how powerful giving can be. Sometimes it's the simplest gesture that stays with us the longest. So today, let's explore the art of giving and how it transforms not just the person who receives, but the one who gives as well. We all give and receive in different ways. But when we pause and really think about it, giving is more than just a transaction. It's an expression of connection, empathy, and care. Whether we give something physical, share a moment, or offer support, it creates ripples that go far beyond the initial act. Think back to the last time you gave someone a gift. Was it something you bought or something you made? For example, imagine it's your best friend's birthday. You could easily buy them a fancy gift, but instead, you decide to write them a heartfelt letter, sharing your favorite memories and the impact they've had on your life. Their reaction shows it all. Sometimes the gifts that come from the heart are more meaningful than anything money can buy. It's the thought, the emotion, the connection that makes the difference. It's easy to think that giving means buying something, but some of the most valuable things we offer each other are completely intangible. Our time, our attention, or simply the right words at the right moment. Have you ever noticed how the simplest gesture, like a handwritten note, can mean more than anything store-bought? But there's more to giving than just the things we offer. Sometimes it's about really seeing the other person, understanding their needs without them saying a word. And that's where true generosity begins. Now let's switch gears. Think about a time when you noticed someone in need, even when they didn't ask for help. Maybe it's a colleague at work, overwhelmed with tasks. They haven't asked for anything, but you can tell they're struggling. You step in, offering to help. Not because they asked, but because you could sense they needed it. That's what empathy looks like in action. True generosity isn't always grand or public. It's often quiet and deeply personal, responding to someone's unspoken needs. We've all had moments where we could sense that someone needed a little extra support, even if they didn't say it outright. That's where giving becomes a form of empathy, a way of saying, "I see you, and I'm here for you." When was the last time you gave without being asked, just because you knew it was the right thing to do? But giving, even when it's driven by empathy, isn't always easy. Sometimes in our effort to help, we can cross a line. What happens when giving goes too far and starts to harm rather than help? Here's a situation that might sound familiar. You're helping a family member, lending them money when they're in a tough spot. But over time, you realize they're depending on you a little too much. They're not making changes, not taking responsibility. It's no longer just help, it's enabling. Sometimes the most loving thing we can do is set boundaries. It's hard, because we want to be there for the people we care about. But if our giving is stopping someone from learning or growing, it might be time to take a step back. We don't talk about this enough, how giving can sometimes do more harm than good. Setting boundaries is an important part of healthy generosity. Have you ever been in a situation where giving didn't have the outcome you hoped for? On the flip side, there's something incredibly pure about giving without any strings attached. The kind of giving where you don't even want recognition or thanks. It's just about the act itself. You've probably heard stories of people paying for someone else's groceries or leaving money for a stranger without ever revealing who they are. Why do people choose to give in secret? It's because sometimes the act of giving is enough. When you give without expecting anything in return, you're free from the need for acknowledgement or validation. It becomes less about you and more about the impact you're making. There's something incredibly fulfilling about giving anonymously. It's a reminder that kindness doesn't need an audience to be powerful. Have you ever done something good for someone without them knowing it was you? How did it feel? But here's the thing. While giving is an art, so is receiving. And let's be honest, receiving can be just as hard as giving. How many times has someone offered you a compliment or a gift and you brushed it off? "Oh, it's nothing," you say, or "You didn't have to do that." It's almost like we're afraid to accept kindness, as if we don't deserve it. But when we don't accept someone's gift, we're closing the door on connection. We're not just rejecting the gift, we're rejecting the thought, the intention, and the care behind it. The truth is, receiving is just as important as giving. It completes the circle. When you allow yourself to receive, you're acknowledging the value of the other person's kindness. You're letting them know that their gesture, no matter how small, meant something. Next time someone offers you a gift, a compliment, or even a moment of their time, just say, "Thank you." You'd be surprised at how powerful that simple act of acceptance can be, both for you and for the person giving. So whether we're giving or receiving, it all comes back to one thing: connection. A gift, no matter how big or small, is a bridge between two people. And when we approach these moments with openness, we're not just sharing physical things or kind words, we're sharing a part of ourselves. Think about how many moments of giving and receiving shape our daily lives. From paying for someone's coffee to simply being there for a friend who needs you, these moments create a ripple effect, touching lives in ways we may never fully understand. So, as we wrap up, I challenge you to bring more of this art into your own life. Maybe it's about being more intentional with how you give, whether it's your time, your presence, or even a small gesture of kindness. Or maybe it's about learning to receive with grace, acknowledging the thought behind every gift or compliment. Giving and receiving, when done with heart, can create a cycle of kindness that spreads far beyond us. What's one small way you can practice this art today? Let me know in the comments, and let's inspire each other to keep that cycle going. Thank you for being part of this conversation about the art of giving. If this video made you think or feel differently about generosity, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more reflections and insights that dig a little deeper. Let's keep spreading kindness, one small act at a time. See you in the next video.